Hey there, welcome to my channel. There are 3,000 species of centipedes living today in almost every part of the world. Most of them can do you any harm since they feed on smaller creatures like roaches and spiders. But there are about 300 species of giant centipedes that can reach lengths of over 20 inches. And if you ever find yourself on the wrong end of one of their poisonous stingers, you might wish you were never born at all. So here's why it sucks to be born a centipede. You're born in the dark and stay there until you die. You'll probably be born in a dark, dank, and humid place under rocks, logs, or leaf litter on the forest floor. This is because the eggs that you'll hatch from need these moist conditions to survive and develop. And as soon as you're born, you'll crawl into a hole in the ground or under some debris where you'll stay for the rest of your life. You'll never see the sun or feel the wind on your many legs. Instead, you'll live in perpetual darkness, eating whatever small invertebrates you can find. Yeah, you can't even get out into the garden to catch some rays. That sucks. You have to molt as you grow up. One reason why you'll be stuck in the dark for most of your life is because you get bigger unless you shed your exoskeleton and grow a new one. See, when you're born, you'll be the size of an adult human fingernail, but you'll eventually grow to be over 20 inches long. To get that big, you'll need to shed your skeleton several times as you grow up. And each time you do, you'll be stuck in a vulnerable state while your new skeleton hardens. Since you're already stuck in the dark most of the time, this isn't much of an added inconvenience. But you'll still have to worry about predators while you're molting, so it's not exactly pleasant. Your favorite food is termites. Termites are tasty, nutritious, and full of protein. They're also easy to eat since they don't bite or sting like ants do, so they make perfect prey for giant centipedes. And although you can catch other insects like cockroaches, praying mantises, and crickets, termites are your absolute favorite snack. You can actually smell them long before you can see them. And you'll often set up shop near termite mounds or inside wooden buildings, so you can easily grab more of them. And now we know what you're thinking. If termites are your favorite food, then surely there's a way we can make this work for us humans. Well, unfortunately, no. The problem is, you're too dangerous to keep around. So let's talk about that. You're a feared predator, but you also have lots of enemies. As a giant centipede, you're a fierce predator. Your poison can kill prey as large as mice, birds, and even small monkeys. And you can eat your fill of termites without having to worry about being poisoned by them. Plus, you have plenty of ways to defend yourself against other creepy-crawlies. If a beetle tries to bite you, you can flick your leg and hit it with such force that it'll send the beetle flying backwards. And you can spray a foul liquid from the top of your head that will paralyze any insect unlucky enough to walk through it. Even if a snake tries to swallow you whole, you can use your sharp teeth to latch onto its tongue and suffocate it. So, as a centipede, you can take care of yourself pretty well. But that doesn't mean you don't have plenty of enemies. In fact, you have two natural enemies that will happily hunt you down and eat you. First, there's the large blue crab, which has enormous pincers that can smash your skeleton into pieces. And second, there's the fishing spider, which can sense danger through vibrations in water and will build a web right underneath you in anticipation of your death throes. Whenever a centipede is poisoned by one of your stingers, it will thrash around wildly as it dies. And the spider will snag you in its sticky web and drag you to its lair to lay its eggs on your dead body. So yeah, you might think being a centipede would be pretty sweet, but these two predators will ruin everything for you. You only get one chance to stun your prey. As a centipede, you have one main weapon to help you hunt: a poisonous stinger at the end of your body. This stinger is connected to a venom gland, and when you inject the venom into another animal, it'll slowly paralyze them. However, there's a catch. You can only use this ability once per encounter, because if you sting something, you won't be able to retract your stinger back into your body. So you either have to hit the critter you're re-attacking hard enough to kill it with a single blow, or give up hunting and wait until another insect wanders within striking range. Now, you can deal with this issue slightly by growing longer. Some centipedes have stingers that can fully retract back into their bodies, so they have more flexibility when fighting. But at a certain length, it becomes physically impossible to completely retract your stinger. And that's why the longest centipedes can't use their stingers as weapons anymore. Once they strike an opponent, their stinger stays outside of their body forever. Speaking of your length, let's talk about how you get longer. You're born knowing that your goal in life is to grow bigger than you are now. And you, stop thinking about how awesome it would be to be the largest centipede that ever existed. Sure, right now you read the size of an adult fingernail, and uneven see over the blades of grass. But if you could grow to be over 20 inches long, you could chase butterflies through the forest and be the undisputed champion of the insect world. Well, maybe not the undisputed champion, but at least be big enough to fit your entire head inside a toilet paper roll. So every day you eat termites and shed your skin and pray that one day you'll grow to epic proportions. But those prayers may never be answered. See? Even though you were born with the potential to become gigantic, you won't be able to reach your maximum size unless you eat special chemicals called alkaloids. Alkaloids are compounds produced by plants to protect themselves against being eaten. But you can safely consume them and use them to grow bigger. The only problem is that you'll need to eat tons of poisonous toads to get these alkaloids. And since toads taste terrible and are really good at secreting a poisonous slime from their skin, most centipedes never get big enough to be truly epic. You can't fly, so you can't escape your boring life. Look, let's be honest. The real reason why it sucks to be born a centipede is because you can't fly. You see, there are 6,000 species of beetles living on our planet, and 4,000 of them can fly. There are also 3,000 kinds of stick insects, and all of them can fly except for one species. But you can't fly. Although you can totally imagine what it would be like to soar through the air and look down at the tiny ants scrambling on the forest floor. But since you can't fly, you're re-stuck looking at the dirt ceiling of your underground home or the underside of rocks and logs. So yeah, not only do you have to deal with not getting to see the sunlight, but you also have to deal with not getting to see anything interesting. And you'll spend your entire life wondering what it would be like to be a giant beetle instead. Now watch why being born as a T-Rex sucked. Or check out the scariest animal you've never heard of.